Hi guys, my name is Sasha, and this is going to be on reducing environmental hazards in Shadowville Elementary School, and I am in Nursing 441L Community Health Lab. So basically, what this is going to be a lesson on how we're going to identify environmental hazards within the school. So the goal of this is at the end of this, the learner, who is you, will have an understanding of environmental hazards and what they can do to impact your health. So the Shadowville community learning needs are identifying hazards, air quality, and the removal of environmental hazards. The common environmental hazards in schools are typically mold, which can be found in many places, i.e., wet carpet, mold in the AC units, dust in window sills, dust on furniture, and broken windows. Mold, it's going to cause respiratory issues within the student population as well as the employees. Wet carpet, again, mold comes from wet carpet, which becomes a risk for your respiratory health. Dust in window sills and dust on furnitures can cause allergies. Some children are even and adults are allergic to dust and dust mites, which is an environmental hazard. Broken furniture, enough said. That is a fall hazard. That is a injury hazard. We could have children with broken arms, broken fingers, broken feet. Same thing as the teachers. Broken windows, that means that the outside elements are coming in, whether it be rain, snow, or bugs. Those create an environmental hazard. Some of the safe practices is we must inspect for mold. Now, mold is a silent killer, and there is a such thing as black mold. So, in all the places where it's more humid, you would want to check the ceilings, you'd want to check the floors, you would want to check in those corners and crevices. We want to inspect the carpet. We need to make sure that the carpet is clean, it's dry, it's intact. Making sure that if it's supposed to be nailed down, it's nailed down so now there's no way for a child or an adult to step on those nails and now they have a wound or injury to their feet. Cleaning the windowsills. Again, dust is something that is airborne. So the children as well as the teachers are going to inhale that. And of course that creates allergies, it creates sinuses, and it can cause respiratory distress. Dusting the furniture, enough said. Cleaning it up. And I know that a lot of teachers are busy throughout the day, so they don't have time. But sometimes at the end of the day, all you need is an alcohol wipe and you can dust down your furniture. Fixing or removing broken furniture. I mean, let's not create fall hazards and injury hazards by having furniture that is broken. Let's get that removed. I'm pretty sure you can get with your administration and they can help you facilitate moving the furniture where it needs to go. Fixing broken windows. Again, we don't want those outside hazards to come indoors, so we want to make sure the windows are fixed. And servicing of the AC units. AC units are always going to need to be serviced. They're going to need to be serviced before the spring, before the summer, before the fall, and before the winter. We need to make sure the heat works as well as the AC works. We need to make sure that if there are any leaks, we are identifying it. We need to make sure they are being cleaned so that mold does not grow, because if mold grows on the AC unit, now it's reaching more and more students because it is blowing out in their faces and they are inhaling that, thus causing respiratory distress. The removal of personnel from hazardous environments. When mold is discovered, that child and or faculty member should be removed from that hazardous environment. Remove them from the classroom, remove them from the library, remove them from the offices, and set up somewhere temporarily so that they can still learn and get what they need. If the carpet is wet, remove people from that area. Put a wet there sign in there. Get with the janitorial staff. Get with the outside agency that'll come in and dry that carpet, as well as inspect it for mold. Because again, there's layers of carpet, so we don't want it going all the way down to the reinforced wood, and then it's molding from the inside, which can't be seen by the naked eye. Again, when the AC is leaking and mold is visible, you definitely want to remove personnel from that. Get that AC fixed get that leak fixed, as well as making sure that mold is taken care of. When you have peeling paint or holes, a lot of paint still has lead in it, even though it shouldn't, because let's face it, a lot of these schools were built 50, 60 years ago. So we need to ensure that if there is paint peeling, we remove children from that hazard, because again, lead paint could lead to respiratory symptoms as well as lead poisoning, which are a lot of other symptoms. Move furniture when it's discovered that it's broken. Again, enough said. We don't want to have somewhere where children are falling all over the place or getting hurt on broken furniture, or faculty members. And remove personnel when windows are broken. Again, those outside elements coming in create a health hazard, whether it be rain, whether it be snow, or whether it be insects. That is something that can affect the students in that building, in that classroom, as well as the staff. And if you want any additional information on anything that I've just spoken about here, the CDC has great guidelines for environmental health, environmental infection control guidelines, and recommendations that I have spoken about here in this video for infection control in healthcare. Now, thank you again. My name is Sasha, and if you have any comments, please leave them down below. Thank you. Also, there will be a quiz that has been sent out to you. If you could take that post quiz for me and send it back. Have a great night.